Hello, everybody. Welcome to Flashing Arrows, the show where I cook, drink whiskey, and talk psychology. Today I'm actually drinking some tequila. For somebody who doesn't really love tequila, I've got a bunch of it. I just want to have a little something after work to wet my whistle, and I'm currently gonna vacuum seal some steaks and cook dinner, probably something simple. But I wanted to talk to you today. So there's twice now this week I was talking to folks about being mindful, and I used to be a massive fan, still am a fan, of a fellow named Eckhart Tolle. If you haven't heard of him, look him up. He has a really cool story, and he's a big mindfulness guy. And I quoted him today to somebody else I was working with, but it got me thinking about the ego, because a lot of people will say, oh, he's got a big ego, he's got a big ego. Having a big ego would translate to having a weak ego. So Eckhart Tolle talks a lot about our ego is Latin for the word, I think, I or self, and it's the sense of self. It's like me, Alex, my name is Alex, this is my ego talking. But if all we were egos, then diets would work, and advice giving would work, and we could change whatever we want whenever we wanted. But we all know that's not true. The first thing I tell people when they come to therapy is, you're not alone in your house. The ego is not in charge. If it was, we wouldn't say, and we wouldn't I want to start a diet, and then there's donuts in the break room at work, and you're like, son of a gun, how did this happen? What took over me? When I said that rude thing at the family party, what took over me? That wasn't me, that wasn't my ego. So a lot of Buddhist practices and a lot of Eckhart Tolle things talk about like getting the ego tamped down or getting rid of it. But they call young people, and I think this is the right way to look at this, they're called, they use complicated language to relativize the ego, to make it relative, like it's not in charge. You can't get rid of, I think it's a poor idea to get rid of your ego, because if somebody were to say, hey Alex, pass me that sandwich, and I'm like, well, who's Alex? Alex is just a bunch of words that was assigned to me, but I'm just a conglomeration of personality and characteristics, and it's just a construct. First of all, if you say that, you sound like a dick, and two, nothing gets accomplished. Egos are functional to help us exist in society, to say, here's me and here's my perceptions and perspectives and stuff, but it's nothing to build a lifestyle around. A lot of people are very ego identified. Or their ego can be inflated if we're a people pleaser or narcissistic. Both of those are ego inflations. Both of those are arrogant. But the ego needs to, recognize that it's a servant to the capital S self, and it's not in charge. And so anyway, good thoughts on ego stuff. I can go into a lot more detail about that, but that's a good enough how do you do from the Jungian people for now.